All right, welcome to the Ask Dr. Collins show. We're going to have Instagram Live going right now. You may also see this on Facebook. This is an open forum for people who are on Instagram Live to send questions in. But if you're seeing it on Facebook, feel free to comment with questions for next week. Every Thursday around 11:30, we're going to be going live on Instagram, but also recording this to upload on Facebook for you guys. You may see it in some of the local groups in Stuart, but let's get going with a question. I'm Dr. Collins.
Our first question is going to be from @InstaMommy. Can you explain what exactly it is that you do?
I am an upper cervical, top of the neck doc, so I work on the atlas vertebra to release that back underneath the skull. It helps with a laundry list of stuff from neurological symptoms, so if you're wondering why you get headaches or migraines, dizziness, ringing in the ears, things like this, but also a lot of body aches and pains because the body's twisted and off. Like, man, why does one knee always hurt? Why is my back tight? Why do I have sciatica? Neck pain, a lot of musculoskeletal aches and pains because the body will twist and compensate to try to keep the eyes level. So I help people who are in pain by releasing the posture, by correcting the atlas.
The next question is going to be from Casper JJ21, and the question is, where are you located?
We are in Stuart, Florida. Stuart is South Florida, like Palm Beach. North of that, about 40 minutes on the East Coast, downtown. Right next door to Molly's house. That's all I got.
KRob.01. She's been having a really bad headache for the past 4 days, and what can she do to get rid of it?
So my question beyond, everybody wants to get rid of pain when they have it because pain sucks, but my question would be, have you ever had this before? Is this a brand new thing, or has your body been misbehaving like this in the past, or is it just a new flare-up? Did you have some kind of accident or trauma? Did you play sports as a kid? Did you have a car accident? Like, what's been going on with you first before trying to recommend something for you? You can try to do things to cover up the pain, but unless you have some sort of real solution on the horizon, you're doing yourself a disservice. So you need to figure out why you're having headaches. It can be hormonal and dietary and some of these things. Headaches are a sign that your body's not functioning properly. But often, especially in younger people, you're going to see displacement of that top bone of the atlas, which irritates the sleeve around your spinal cord right there at the base of the skull. And that's going to create what you would perceive as a headache or a migraine especially. Once you release that tension on your nervous system, you're getting blood normally into the skull as well, you're going to see those headaches tend to disappear. And usually what you're attributing your headache to, like, oh, a change in the weather, or man, I slept weird, or I ate this thing that gives me a headache. It's not all of those different things that are causing your headaches. Those are just aggravating a pre-existing problem that there's tension on that nerve tissue. So I hope that helps. Get your neck checked. Find somebody in our directory, which there'll be links for, or shoot us a DM and we can find somebody by you for sure.
This is going to be from Original Dom. Do you like pugs?
Do I like pugs? I like labs.
Parker, say hi. Parker, that's a little different from a pug.
This is a little different. Pugs are cool.
The neck dog.
But
yeah.
I like the ocean, I like water, and so does Parker. So we get along.
Perfect.
Pugs are cool.
Your technique is advanced orthogonal.
Yes.
So @Mia Set Free was wondering, does Atlas orthogonal vary greatly from the Blair upper cervical technique?
Wow, that's a good question. That's almost like a Chiro student question. So within upper cervical, there's a lot of different approaches. It's been something that's been developing and evolving for like the last 60 or 70 years. So you have a lot of different ways of measuring and analyzing how the atlas is shifted, and then different approaches of how to correct it. So Blair specifically is different than the kind of work I do. One, their x-ray analysis is different. They actually use more x-rays and measure some different, basically the way the atlas is shifted underneath the skull a little bit differently, because the way that they adjust is different. So they need different information for that. So they don't use a sound wave mounted to the table to release the atlas. They'll actually do it by hand. And where the instrument is creating a lot of the leverage and angle, they will actually introduce that force, often with torque and rotation and some of these things. So similar but different. Both are great approaches. Both are amazing. Blair doctors are great. As long as they're doing Blair well, just like with what I do, as long as you're implementing it properly, it will save people's lives and change the world. So.
This was from Edward.Rose. They were wondering, are you where you want to be in life, or are you working on getting there? So what are some goals of Dr. Collins?
Nice. I want to see, Kelly wants to see, Jackie wants to see, Parker wants to see.
Parker?
I feel like so many people in the world, but especially the US, are being funneled into what is the norm now, which is drugs and surgery. I would like to see more awareness about upper cervical work to where people have that option, and it's where they're going first before they're looking at things like drugs and surgery, even though that's the major machine that's consuming people right now. So my goals are worldwide to see people aware of upper cervical work. So that's why you're going to see us. We're not going to stop. We're going to continue to grow and bring exposure to this. And I'd like to see the whole world have an Atlas doctor in their town. So the other thing I do is I'm a part of the board for Advanced Orthogonal. And our goal is to equip more docs, more students, more docs with the ability to be able to do this in their towns. So simultaneously, I'm trying to bring awareness to upper cervical work, advanced orthogonal work for everyday people so that they know it's an option, and also help in the back end with getting more doctors trained in how to do this.
Personal healthcare Masso wanted to know why you specialize only in the neck.
Okay, so if I can kind of change your paradigm in thinking, it's almost like a symptom-based mentality when you're asking that question. Your assumption is that I'm only fixing that area. By correcting the atlas, you actually allow the entire body to release and start to heal. So the head-neck alignment is the proper head-neck alignment is the prerequisite for the body to really be able to open up and not have pressure and inflammation building up in different areas, because when the head and neck are off, the body has to twist and compensate. So I'm actually correcting the body, whether it's your knee or your low back or your shoulder or whatever, by correcting and adjusting the atlas. But it's such a, so part two, it's such a complex area and very special area. Your brainstem is there. The vessels that are feeding your brain are passing through that area. It's not like your low back, okay? So to have that head and neck properly be released, you really need to take the time to take those x-rays and analyze those with engineering software and make sure you're doing as good a job as possible, because of how critical that area is for somebody's health and the function of their body. So it takes having that be somebody's specialty. So just like in medicine, how you have orthopedic docs, you have people that only work on feet, you have different subspecialties. Within chiropractic, you have the same thing. And I would argue to correct that area properly, you really need to have somebody that's their focus, even if that's one of the doctors in your clinic, that's what they do.
Another question from @cash0907 wanted to know, what do you prefer for spondylosis, surgery, physiotherapy, exercise, or chiropractic care?
Okay, so basically that joint is unstable. You're going to see it shifting forward or back on x-ray. So relative to the joint above or below it, there's going to be some shifting. That can be asymptomatic for a lot of people, which is weird. You'd think with a shift of however many millimeters you're going to have pain, but you don't always. It usually comes with a doctor recommending that you not do squats and some of these things that could compromise your low back. So it's more like holistic how you need to approach the back, unless you are losing function and like the nerves that run into your legs are being impinged, or you're getting weakness or serious pain. For a lot of people, it's something that they just have to manage. But it's hard to know exactly your case, but in general. So you would want to do general things to help improve the overall alignment of the body. Getting the atlas corrected is a huge first step because it will help open up and balance the posture. And then from there, doing things like strengthening the core. If it was me, I wouldn't have somebody adjusting that joint. I would want it to be as stable as possible and have as infrequent adjustments as possible. I'd want it to be corrective, what they would be doing. That's kind of my answer. You want to strengthen the body. Surgery, I'm not a big fan of unless you're like losing function rapidly, and what I mean is all of a sudden you're getting weak or like numbness and tingling, something's wrong, nerves are being impinged, and it's an emergency situation. So, but it's going to vary case to case. That's not advice specifically for you. You'd have to see like imaging, MRIs, have a case history to really be able to advise you properly on that. But in general, that's the thoughts on it.
At Cash0907 says that they just received a video on pressure points and foot massages curing ailments, and she was wondering if this was true.
So the body is really interesting. This is something I'm not.
Linda said talk louder. Sorry if we can't hear.
Yeah, this is not. I'm not a reflexologist. It's not my specialty. I'm on the other end, but I do know as much as I do know is the body is very interesting. And just like in nature, there's things in nature that will reflect in the body. For me, it's evidence of God and a creator. Like I'm looking at a tree right now, and I can tell you from looking at medical imaging, it looks very similar to the blood vessels that are going to be in your lung. Certain nerve endings in your brain look like other kinds of trees. Things reflect each other. The same is true with your body with itself. Your brain basically is operating all the parts of your body. It reflects the entire vessel below it, and I would argue the same is true for your feet. So that's what reflexology is doing, is leveraging those points to influence the function of your body. That's about as far as I go, but whether it's acupuncture, reflexology, or any of these other modalities, they're good things because it's going to help naturally, without drugs and surgery, improve the function of your body.
Well, if nobody has any more questions, I think we're going to wrap it up. Anybody got any more cues?
Thanks for the love, guys. We appreciate it. Help, just if you can, just share what we're doing. So many people are getting caught in that trap of pain pills and opiates and stuff. There are approaches like this that are out there that are natural that can help people avoid that trap. Because once they get put on pain meds, for a lot of people it's too late. They're getting sucked in, they're having surgery, now they're addicted to pain pills, and it's ugly. And a lot of people have been touched by that. So if you're hearing people talk about pain or back pain, sciatica, neck pain, their body's not functioning properly, I want to encourage you guys to share what we're doing with them. So tag them in a post, just share what's going on so we can help people avoid drugs and surgery. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to be trying to do this around 11:30 on Thursdays. Every Thursday, AskDr.Collins live for Instagram, and then also you'll see it on Facebook. So if you guys have questions, send them in. DM them on Instagram. Shoot us a DM, or if it's on Facebook, shoot us a message or leave a comment. And thank you guys for watching. Hope this was helpful.
We will see you next week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.